Hello and welcome to MourningStarStudios. You're here with me, ZD, or otherwise known as No Name Mini, or John, the better John. And here we are above our marvelous city, because this is a tutorial on how to make Russian roulette, previously broadcasted in our other channel. Now this may look very complicated, but I've broken it down into its separate parts, and it's nothing compared to this. This is just a jumbled mess of crap that I don't even know why it works, but it does. So let's get right to it. Alright, and we're back. Now, this is the very normal version of it that's very professionally designed by me, of course. And there's three main components to it. There's the activate button, there's the reset button, and there's the flashy light. Well, the flashy light's not that important, but I think it is. But the first thing I'm going to show you how to make is the actual randomizer itself. Alright, now we're here with the randomizer itself. Now, it's very simple. I'll take you through it. Everything you need is in my inventory right now. Redstone, repeater, torch, button, redstone. Alright, now this little thing right here gives off a 1-tick pulse. Now you make it by having a torch, redstone, redstone, repeater, repeater, facing the same way. Redstone, another repeater right here, and it gets this black bar when a signal is being put into the side of it, and the signal comes out into here. Now this is now every single one of these repeaters has a 2-tick delay on it. I clicked on it twice to make it go back, and it just goes through. This one goes into there. Sorry about that, my shader stack is being stupid. But as I was saying, this repeater powers this block, which in turn powers the redstone on top, brings it through, exact same setup as on the bottom. And let me just put this here to have a delay between that. And then it powers this, and then the block comes down, and this powers the block, which powers that. So let me show you how it works. Push the button, goes through, boom, boom, ta-da. Alright, now the next thing. The next thing is the locking mechanism of how it actually chooses which person to doom. Now it's done by this. Now what I have here is a button. It comes down, and this is called an SR latch. So when this is on, this is off, and when this is on, that's off. And it only changes when an input is given to it. So right now, it's off, but then it'll turn this on, it'll turn this off, turn this off, but then turn this torch on. And now you can just copy the design, SR latch, soak it in, soak it all in, and it comes up through here. And now this splits up and down because it powers this block, so it powers that and powers above it. And now I have the redstone repeater going into the sides of the original redstone repeaters. Now I have it just like that on the top as well. Now what that does is it locks the signal wherever it was at the time. So let me push the button and show you. Push the button. Come over here. See, they're all lit up, and now the black bars represent that no signal can pass through. So signal's locked right here, right there. It can't go any further. So right now, this just happened to be a round where nobody was doomed. Very, very simple concept. It locks it into place. So yeah, that's the locking part of it. And the next part here we have is the combining of the activate button and the locking button. Now what I did was I put a block right here in front of where the 1-tick pulse would come out. So it's powering this block. So it's powering that block right there. So it's powering the redstone right there. And still giving off the pulse to the randomizer. And it's also giving power over here. I set a timer on it, so it doesn't lock as soon as I activate it. It comes down here and activates the locking mechanism. Now, I had to put this block here as well, because this pulse that comes down from the top would also go up, so I just have to simply block off the redstone from connecting with this one. So by having a block there, and make sure it's completely separate, and this block here, make sure both of them gets power, and these redstone repeaters, make sure that there's a timer in between. And now we're onto the reset button, the easiest part. Now, the reset button, I have it right here, it runs underneath here, and I have the block right here to make sure that this redstone doesn't connect to that redstone, through here, and into the SR latch, which I explained earlier. Now, like I said, the SR latch stays at a constant state unless an input is put into it. So basically I'm reversing the effect of the activate button by activating this torch, because the activate button deactivates it, and that's what is keeping the locking mechanism. So let me just activate it. It'll probably be easier to demonstrate. Activate, and it'll lock. Alright. And the reset button. Voila. So activate. And now I'll show you the actual SR latch. There. It's all on. Now let me just put a torch here to show you. Both of these turn off and they stay off. Alright. Okay, we're back here and I have a sorry to give out, because the combining of the activate and lock button actually decreases the amount of randomizing, because as you probably saw from earlier, we were constantly getting the same input, and that's because there was the same amount of time lapsing every time. So basically just separate them, take out the block here, make sure this is all connected, and just run this line to another button. And now that will add in the human cause to this and make sure that everyone has an equal chance of being doomed. For the next step, we just bring out the lines. Now it goes 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, just because I don't want to have a big mess. I mean, you can bring them out to be in order, but this is a lot simpler than having lines intertwining and everything. So just make sure all the power reaches. That's a big one, because a lot of circuits are doomed because power simply doesn't reach something and people go mad and crazy, well, mostly me. And it turns out to be something as simple as the redstone power isn't strong enough. So just attach a redstone line from each redstone block. And for the next step, we will be creating the pretty much the on-off switch for the entire system. You know, I'm finding stuff along the ways as I'm building this to help improve it, actually. And there was one thing I needed to do, was I took out this repeater right here, because I realized it was giving an uneven probability. And I think that was it. And the other thing I did was that on this one, with the 1-tick pulsar, I moved this all the way to the back, because with the 1-tick pulse, some of the redstone wasn't catching. So by moving it all the way back, gives it enough time to make sure that one of the redstone pistons every time is extended. And for the final part of this, the flashy red light, yo. Just connect it to anywhere where the signal is going to be passing through, so that if this is underground, you can tell that these are cycling through. That's the main point of the flashy red light, yo. And that's about it. Let's give it a go. Reset. Activate doesn't matter. Oh, oops. I didn't reset it. Okay. Why is it locked? Oh, oops. Okay. Flashy red light made a big oopsies. Yeah. Red light. There's your flashy red light. Stupid things like that. Reset. activate. See, now the flasher that's going on and off. And the signal's not getting through. So when we lock it, there you have it. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Redstone tutorial on the Russian roulette. Thank you very much. This was ZD, and have a great day. One last thing before I go, I forgot to put these in. I pushed a piston in the block 2 blocks forward so that when the thing comes down, these are already extended, because pistons can only move 10 blocks. So if they're extended, it's not going to move the ground in front of it. It'll just retract it. So that's the only thing I did. Like that, it retracts it into the wall of where it would be. Alright, I promise I'm done now. Bye.